And final week of the regular season for the NFL Summer League. And originally we weren't going to do Friday night games this week. It was just going to be Saturday and Sunday and then Monday and Tuesday games for week 14, but we decided last minute to do a couple Friday games. So there'll be 2 games tonight. It's a Friday night doubleheader. We have this game, then we have an episode of, hopefully, GTA 5 On Patrol Live coming up after this, and then after that we have our second and final matchup of the night. So we're here in Chicago, the Windy City, to watch this AFC or NFC North rivalry between the Bears and Packers, and then later tonight it's off to M&T Bank Stadium to watch an AFC North rivalry between the Ravens and Steelers. So week 14. It's the final week of the regular season, and for this season, this is the first season we're doing this, we have decided to adopt a rival week, just like college football, for the final week of the season. So each team plays their rival, and some teams either A, need to win to hopefully get a bowl game, which we started doing this season as well. We started doing bowl games. You have to win 6 games or more. Sometimes if you don't necessarily win 6 games, you can qualify. But it's going to be harder to do that if more teams have better records than you. And some teams need a win to win their division. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers, 9-1 they had their record at. And they had the NFC North in their gloves. They had it caught in their gloves. But now they find themselves 9-4 after back-to-back losses. They lost to the Steelers a couple weeks ago, and they lost to the Jets last week, and they find themselves at 9-4. And currently with a 9-3-1 record, the Lions have jumped to first in the division. So here's how it's going to play out for the Packers if they want to win the North. First, you need to win tonight, and you need the Lions to lose tomorrow. Both teams, either way, are definitely going to go to the playoffs, but you need the Lions to lose tomorrow, and you need to win tonight. If both the Lions and Packers lose, then the team with the better record between the Packers and Lions will take home the NFC North. And if you win your division, you get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And now, since we have bowl games this season, in between the playoffs, if you're a playoff team, you have a bye week. You get extra practice while the bowl games are going on to prepare for the playoffs. After all the bowl games are played, then we go to the playoffs and decide who's going to go to the 6th annual national championship. So without further ado, let's get this game underway. Hopefully we put the quarters to... Yes, we did. Okay. So let's get this game underway. It's essentially a battle for the Packers and Lions for the NFC North. And we also got a couple other matchups. Trying to win a matchup for the NFC South is the Falcons and Panthers. Both of them are 9-4. And the winner of that game wins the division. The Chiefs and Raiders both are 9-4. The winner of that game takes the AFC West. But we're underway here as Scott's to return this. Oh, and also as another scenario, if both teams win, then it's pretty much the same scenario. Whichever team has the better record wins the North. But anyways, here we go. So 1st and 10 for Chicago from their own 20. And right off the bat, there's a quick pass caught by Cole Kmet, the tight end. 2nd and 1. The Packers beat the Bears in week 1. Bears looking for their revenge, and this is the first matchup between both these teams since week 1. Oh, and Fields is hit and driven to the ground before he can get across the line to gain. And it brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
Last game was played in Lambeau, and now this is a sack for Walker. So it's 4th and 8. But the last game was played in Lambeau, so this game is played here in Chicago at Soldier Field. And look at that! Already doing a fake. They don't want the Packers to take the division. Oh, and all 4 of the NFC North teams right now are looking at possible playoff berths. So, I mean, we got the Bears who are 8-5. That's pretty good stats on this season. As there he goes for Cole Kmet, incomplete. Broken up by Jair Alexander, so that's a pretty good record. Bears definitely should get into the playoffs. The Vikings find themselves with a 7-6 record, but if they can beat the Lions tomorrow, they get a playoff berth. If they can't, then they don't get it, as Gary gets a sack on Fields. The Vikings can still get the playoff berth even with a loss tomorrow. But it's going to be a little harder. How about that? It is caught for a first down. Mooney making the catch.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. Going for Equanimeous, or however you say his name, St. Brown. And it's incomplete. That's Amon-Ra's brother. So both the St. Brown brothers hoping for playoff appearances. And look at Fields taking it himself across the line to gain. And even if you don't win your division and you still get a playoff berth, the only negative outcome of that is you don't get home field advantage unless if you're, playing a team that also didn't win their division, then it's gonna be determined off who has the better record. That's how it's determined here in the Summer League. If both teams don't win their division, then it's determined off who has the better record throughout those two teams, who gets the home field advantage in the playoffs. So for an example, if Green Bay loses tonight and the Lions win tomorrow and win the NFC North, the Bears are 3rd in the NFC North right now, so they're definitely not going to win the division. But if it was the Packers and Bears matching up in the playoffs, as that's intercepted by Jair Alexander, and Green Bay will take over 1st and 10 at their own 12. But anyways, what we were saying is if these two teams match up again and none of these two teams wins their division, then we look at, okay, who has the better record? In this case, let's say the Packers lose and the Bears win, both of them would be 9-5. So then, coming into this matchup, that's the record we would then look at. If the same record is tied, we would look at the record coming into this matchup, which in this case, it would go to the Packers because they have a 9-4 record, and the Bears have an 8-5 record.
Ready.
Here's Love taking the snap, firing, incomplete. If you're a Bears fan and a Packers fan right now, I bet you the hate is 10 times more than it ever was. Because the Bears aren't going to win the North, but they don't want the Packers to either. They really don't want anybody to win the North, right? They want to win the North. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen for them this season. I tell you what, with an 8-5 record, that's still a solid season. Love firing a quick pass to Aaron Jones, and he's stopped, brings up 4th and 3. And Green Bay, they have 2 straight losses and back-to-back. I don't imagine they're going to do anything silly here early, kind of like what the Bears did, with the whole fake punt thing. And it was silly, but it worked out. But it's still silly because why would you do that this early in the game?
Here we go. Good.
I tell you what, though, if you're a Lions fan right now, regardless of the outcome of this, or not regardless of the outcome, regardless of what happens in the postseason, right now you're probably a Bears fan if you're a Lions fan, because if the Bears beat the Packers tonight and the Lions win tomorrow, the Lions win the North. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, as that's a nice catch. Look at that. Herbert still on his feet, driving it inside the 30 as time expires in the first. How about that? Nice job by Herbert. And it's 0-0 at the end of the first. We have 13 pass plays by the Bears versus the 3 from the Packers. 69 rushing yards versus 7 by the Packers. Bears looking a little bit better in this game, but it's still too early to decide who's going to win it, because we've seen both teams do great things, right? The Bears were driving the field. They threw an interception. Jair Alexander coming down with that interception. Packers defense, very good job there. The Bears are doing a nice job moving the balls. Look at that. Another first down for Herbert there. This time it's a rushing. And just like we mentioned, in case you missed it, after, hopefully, a new episode of GTA 5 On Patrol Live after this game, it's an AFC North rivalry, the Steelers and Ravens. So we have 2 Friday night games this week, as that is batted away and incomplete. And the funny thing is, we weren't supposed to have any. This is the last week of the regular season. Normally we wouldn't have Friday night games. But the league has decided, how about a doubleheader on Friday night? That way it relieves some of the stress from the early games, and that's incomplete as well on third, and brings up 3rd and 10. So it was incomplete on 2nd down, bringing up 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Now, I'll tell you what. For a last-minute notice, I don't think the fans are complaining. Oh, that's a breakup. And now the Bears got decision time. Do we kick the field goal or do we go for it? And it looks like Santos is on to kick the field goal. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to kick it. You don't want to risk anything. So the Bears get on the board first. That's a smart move by the Bears. Kick the field goal. You know, you already did something silly by going for it on 4th. In the first, sure, it worked, but it doesn't. If you do a fake field goal or go for it there, it might not work that time. So it's better to get 3 points than none. And then just try to stop the Packers on the return here. Oh, he hurdled because he thought that guy was going to run at him. Reed got blocked. But it's still 1st down and 10 Packers from their own 19-yard line. So just a yard shy of where technically you should return it to if you're going to return it. That's still a solid return, though. How about Jordan Love? And that's a nice 1st down. Kraft. Chicago allowing only 18 total yards. That's pretty good by Chicago. And there's a flag as Love decided to just throw it away to avoid a sack. I think that might be, intentional grounding. Have to accept that one. If you're the Bears, that would be the smartest thing to do. It brings up 2nd and 24. And I'm going to tell you what, it's a penalty every time if you throw it away there. But, I mean, at the same time, you got to think, you got to do what you got to do. You know, if you have to take the penalty just to avoid a sack, I mean, it's going to be... It's pretty much going to be kind of the same amount of yard loss either way. So at that point in time, you might as well just throw it away to avoid the contact, take the penalty, and look at that. They already got 10 yards back on 2nd down, and here they go for a 1st down, and I'm not sure he got it, though. 4th and 2, and I'm still not sure I would go for it here. It's 4th and 5 and less. The stats say go for it, but also you got to think, you're down 3-0 right now. you could get a stop if you punt it. If you punt it, you could get a stop. You force them to start back at their own 19. You could get a stop or a fumble or interception or something like that. But here's the deal. If you go for it and you don't get it, you just gave them the ball in excellent field position on their side of the field, which they can use to score another touchdown. It's better to be down 3-0 than 10-0, as that was almost intercepted, but just knocked down by Jair Alexander. Not a good read by Fields, but you just got to move on. And
Here we go.
at that point in time, say I got lucky and try to do better. Look at Fields breaking some ankles out there. Oh, a fake spike. He had to get rid of that one. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And Fields decide this time we're going to stay out here, Hopefully it doesn't turn into a touchdown the other way, which it won't. He's going to get the first down and many more yards. How about that? You would see when you do something like that's too straight. That's showing that the Bears are aggressive right there. They're saying we want to win this game by going for it there. However, you also, when you do something like that, for people who may not understand the game of American football too much, when you do something like that, the best thing, if you get to fourth down and it's this early in the game and you're ahead by, not like by a touchdown or, just 3 points, it's better to punt it there. That way, it forces them to start well back on their own side of the field than to go for it and risk a turnover. However, you can go for it, but you just know that you're going to risk that happening if it doesn't work out. Which that is twice now it's worked out for the Bears. So kudos to them getting it to work out. Herbert makes the catch, though. Justin Fields to Herbert. Looking like Kobe and Shaq right now.
Here we go.
Probably not the best comparison, but as we reach the 2-minute warning, and Fields and the Bears got this in field goal range. Now, you're going to ask yourself, well, for people who may not understand the game of American football, a touchdown is worth 6 points. So if they kick a field goal here, they'd be up by 6 points, which would be technically a touchdown. After you score the touchdown, you get an opportunity to try for an extra point to make it 7. So right here, you probably want a touchdown just because, being ahead 6-0 is not going to be the best because the Green Bay Packers can go down and score a touchdown. That ties the game. Then they get the extra point. They take the lead by a point. You want to get the touchdown here. So that way, if Green Bay does score a touchdown, assuming you make the extra point, you would be ahead by 3 because the score would be 10-7, and that is almost intercepted. Fields getting rid of the ball. I mean, he's doing what he has to do. If you have to get rid of the ball, get rid of the ball. Take the field goal and get another stop. You don't want to risk anything too early. Jair almost came away with that again. So with 72 seconds left, we'll see if Gill's going to punt it here. So 72 seconds left until halftime. He did not punt it, and they broke that pass up. But guess what? This time, it was not as bad of an idea to go for it because since it's a turnover on downs at the spot the ball was at, that forces Green Bay to start 1st and 10 at their own 39. So you forced them to start on their own side of the field by going for it there. So kudos to the Bears for that one. That one, like we can say, that one was a little less silly, even though the past two worked out for them, because it forced Green Bay to start on their own side of the field. Love going to air this one, though. Oh, he threw an interception. And this might be a pick six. It's going to be. Johnson for the Bears into the end zone for the Bears touchdown. Jalen Johnson, the cornerback. And Santos is an extra point away from making it a 10-0 ball game. That kick is up and good, so it is 10-0. That's what they needed to do on that last drive, or at least kick the field goal. But of course, it looked like the coach was signaling them a punt, so I'm guessing Santos can't kick a field goal from that far. They decide to go for it, turnover on downs, and then a couple plays later, they get the pick six. And the best thing about throwing a pick six, because there's a good thing about it and a bad thing about it. Bad thing about it is just a turnover. It results in points the other way. A pick six means it's an intercepted return to the end zone for a touchdown. However, the good thing about it is you get the football right back. And I think he just threw another one intended for Jalen Reed. He did. Right to the same guy, Jalen Johnson, with another one. If you're a Packers fan, you're probably not liking this much. Also, since these teams are playoff teams, they can elect to pull their starter this week and let the backup quarterback and players play, as that's first and goal at the 6. So they can decide to do that to avoid injuries to their starters. In this case, though, in a race for the division, I think if you're the Packers, you got to leave Jordan Love out there, because you might find yourself down 17-0 here, but you can come back. As that's incomplete. That's the first incomplete pass to Herbert he's thrown. Okay, now you got to decide, what am I going to do here? It's second and goal, 6 seconds to go. Do I try to do a quick pass, and if I don't get it, then do I kick the field goal? He incomplete, and not enough time. Waited too long, so it goes to the third quarter, 10-0 Bears, and we really don't have much to talk about during halftime here. So we're just going to skip right to the third quarter. So, to find out who's going to play in the bowl games and the playoffs, you'll have to wait until Week 14 concludes on Tuesday night. Wednesday, you will know who the 14 teams are in the playoffs and who has the number 1 seed for each. And you will know the teams that have to play in bowl games. Like we mentioned, this rival week thing, as that's caught. What a way to open the third quarter. Caught by Josh Dobbs. But anyway, so the rival week, the doubleheader on Friday night and rival week, and the bowl games are all brand new this season. And the fact that it's 14 weeks instead of 10, that's also new this season. That is caught by Jalen Reed, trying to hurdle, driven to the ground. So now Jordan Love and the Packers, they've woken up, it looks like. Love looking, going to the end zone, knocked away. A touchdown here and will draw you closer, especially even to overtime. Love airing it to the back corner of the end zone. Will he make the catch? No, he will not. He dropped it. Brisker with the coverage there. He's going to help up Dobbs, and good sportsmanship there. Love looking, throws it away before he's hit. That is caught at the 19, 4th and 3. Now I'm going for it. because it's the same scenario here. The Bears went for it down there on their opponent 39, failed. Packers took over. If Packers fail, the Bears take over on their own 19. He got the first down. No, he didn't. It was a drop. Great defense by the Bears, and they take over on their own 19-yard line. I thought he had that, but he did not. That was incomplete. Look at Fields taking off.
Here we go, son. Right.
Fields took off again, got a gain of a yard. Third and 9, got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Right.
Fourth and 9, Fields can't get anything going this drive, it seems like. This is a strange way to start the third quarter after going out there the whole first half and having a nice first half. Incomplete! I think after 2 straight failed fourth down conversions, I think at this point in time you're going to punt from now on. If you get to fourth down, and Love is sacked. Exactly what the Bears needed to happen there. And that's a breakup on the pass. Edwards, he's breaking up passes left and right. He broke up the pass on fourth down on the last drive for the Packers, and now he broke up that pass right there and made it 3rd and 19. 3rd and 19. Here's Love. Oh, he got hit as he threw it. All right, so it's a touchback, comes out to the 20. Let's see what Fields and the Bears can do this time. Fields couldn't get away from it. Wyatt came through there and sacked him. Herbert made the catch. He broke another tackle. Look at that. All the way down to the opponent 40.
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
And the Bears call a quick timeout here. Not a bad idea to call a quick timeout. Gives you a little more time as you want to try to jump out ahead by one more score going into the fourth. Oh, tried to spin out of that one, but couldn't. And now the Packers call a timeout. So both teams doing some good jobs there calling the timeouts. Because it's going to allow the Packers more time to do something here. And the timeout the Bears called allows them time to get something going. Oh, he had that. That would have been a touchdown if he held on. Instead, it's now 2nd and 10. Gain of 3. Fields spikes it on 3rd down. That might seem silly, but that might not be a bad idea either.
Go.
Oh, look at that opening. He fumbled. Not Herbert. Justin Fields fumbled. And the Packers have it on their own 4-yard line.
Here we go. Set.
He had the first down. He just had to hang on. Quick pass out to the right side of the field. Gain of 3 as time expires here in the 3rd. So off we go to the 4th and final quarter. We haven't seen a score since the 2nd quarter by either team. Well, the Packers have yet to score. The Bears have scored twice, but it haven't scored since the 2nd quarter. So we'll have to see if the Packers can score or if the Bears will start scoring again here. He had to get rid of that one. He was about to be sacked. That would have been 2 points for the Bears, and the Packers would have had to punt the ball.
Come on, set.
3rd down and 1. You got to go for it here if you don't get it. Oh, that was almost intercepted right over the middle. And I'm not sure where Love was throwing that one because there was a... I'm not sure if that was directed to the left side of the field to Watson or what, but that was... Wow. He's going deep with this one. I don't like the looks of that. That is intercepted.
Here we go. Set.
Trying to get around another guy. And I imagine after that 4th down attempt fumble where he would have had the first down if he held on, Fields is probably just going to either pass it or... Oh, he threw an interception! That's his 2nd of the game. Jair Alexander comes away with it. Now both teams have thrown interceptions. Will this be a low-scoring contest? That is caught by Aaron Jones. That takes things to the opponent 5.
Set. Ready.
Love trying to get out of there, but he's sacked. I'm telling you what, if I'm the Packers and it gets to 4th down, I'm not taking the field goal this time. I want to get a touchdown before I get the field goal. That might seem silly, but go for the touchdown. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Ready.
Love using his legs. Gets a gain of 2. 4th and goal. Go for it. Go for it. You got to get the touchdown. And if you don't here, it might be game over. Oh, he got into his own man. Trying to run, and that's a sack for Jones. Got into his own man on the run. Couldn't get off. Herbert stopped a yard shy of the 1st. And man, we might see a pretty low-scored game here as we reach the 2-minute warning. The Bears looking for their revenge on the Packers, though, regardless if it's a low-scoring contest or not. Remember, the Packers beat the Bears in Week 1. The Bears technically started the season off awful. And then we started to see a good Bears team, and they continued to be good throughout the rest of their games. they can battle the Packers for second in the division, which would give the Bears a playoff spot guaranteed. Green Bay uses a timeout here.
Here we go, son.
Bears can't run anywhere. I think you gotta go to the air now. You're not getting anywhere running the ball. Go to the air. Incomplete as he's hit as he throws it. Gill looking to punt. And he didn't punt. I'm not sure what went on there, but a little miscommunication. And the Packers have it first and goal at the opponent 8 with an opportunity to score a touchdown. An onside kick would have to be what they get, though. Incomplete, out of bounds with that pass. I'm telling you what, if you get to third and goal and you can't pass it, I'm going with a rush here. Fighting for it. He didn't get it. He stopped at the 2. If you're a Bears or Packers fan or even Lions fan, this game is intense right now because the Packers could score here, get an onside kick, go down and kick a field goal to tie it, or get a game-winning touchdown. And stopped at the 1. That forces the Packers to have to call their last timeout.
Let's go. Go set.
One last chance here. Going to the right side, knocked away. More than likely gonna be it from Soldier Field here. You can't kneel it. You kneel it, that's gonna give Green Bay 2 points. Interception! Packers are out of time regardless, and they're stopped. And the Bears get their revenge and win this game 10-0. That was the most weirdest game of football you probably have seen. But now both teams are 9-5. And we will have to see what happens after both the Lions and Vikings play, which the Lions and Vikings play each other. But this time, the Bears get their revenge for week 1. They win this game 10-0. Both quarterbacks not playing great. Well, I guess Love was better because he did have a 50% completion percentage. And actually, he was better. He threw for 1 more yard than Justin and a 50% completion percentage. So, honestly, Jordan Love did play better. Justin, not so great, but I guarantee you things will go better in the postseason because, I mean, the Bears have a perfect record just like the Packers, 9-5. That's definitely got to be worth a postseason trip, but we will see after Week 14 concludes on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, the league will make sure all the scores are logged, and all the records are logged, and we will set the playoffs, set the bowl games, and then we will announce them Wednesday afternoon. But until then, so long, everybody. Join us back here tonight after GTA 5 on Patrol Live, if we can even get an episode of that going. If not, join us back here later tonight for the Ravens and Steelers. Ravens have the same record as the Bears had coming into this game, 8-5. Steelers had the same record the Packers had coming into this game, 9-4. We'll have to see who can be the best. If the Steelers win, they take the AFC North. If not, the Ravens are right there. It's within reach. We'll have to see. But until then, so long, everybody.